So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Mouth-watering table tennis about to begin. Many salivating in prospect. Let's see exactly how this one pans out. OVTCHAROV to start with the pendulum serve. FREITAS with an immediate receive error. Misreading OVTCHAROV's serve. OVTCHAROV has a lot of tricky serves. He's got the forehand tomahawk, the backhand serve where he drops below the table as well. FREITAS commonly using the reverse pendulum. We'll see if he does it now. Goes for the standard pendulum backspin serve here. And a loaded backhand topspin cross court. OVTCHAROV fails to counter. FREITAS using his own signature butterfly blade. There's the backhand again, inflicting some damage onto OVTCHAROV. Can OVTCHAROV respond with his two serves to come? Fantastic third ball. Giving FREITAS no breathing room whatsoever. That's the sort of damage Dimitrij is capable of inflicting. Strong Chiquita flick on the third ball. Levelling it up as the players towel down every 6 points. Germany coming through yesterday in the semi-finals against the home crowd favourites France. 3 straight sets. Dimitrij OVTCHAROV beating Emmanuel Leverson in that affair. FREITAS, very nimble player, quick on his feet, strong away and close from the table, as is Dimitrij OVTCHAROV. Both players have exceptional backhands. FREITAS tried to disguise the serve and go quick down the line. OVTCHAROV read it like a book. What a decorated player Dimitrij OVTCHAROV is. As I said before, he's been world #1 at the start of 2018. Played 886 matches in his career, and he's won 619 of them. That's a 70% win ratio. Played 12 World Championships. First one in 2007. "12 years later, he's still here at the top of European table tennis. Awkward spinny ball. FREITAS, one of the kings of counter looping, but not that time. Fails to calculate the trajectory. OVTCHAROV brings in the heat. FREITAS stays cool on the block. Look at the arc on that backhand. Poetry in motion, isn't it? Marcus FREITAS has played some brilliant table tennis. Importantly beating Matthias Falk yesterday, Europe's #2, world #9 in the opening game against Sweden. OVTCHAROV bringing out the choles, he means business, laying down the law early on. Wanting to get on top of FREITAS mentally as well as physically. Ovtcharov 9-5 up. I've got a very interesting statistic actually. Dimitrij Ovtcharov has won a lot of games in the fifth. This tournament he beat Darko Jorgic from 2-0 down in the quarter-final against Slovenia. Ovtcharov has a 95% win rate in the fifth set. Very mentally tough when the going gets tight. But it's not tight right now. 9-6, he's still got a healthy advantage. FREITAS wins the first of his two serves. Is it too little too late? Is Ovtcharov going to run away with this first game? Fantastic stuff. There's the backhand again. Dima's favourite shot. I mean, he's obviously got a great forehand as well, but I think the epitome of Dimitrij Ovtcharov's game is the backhand. Some of his best ever performances have come with some ridiculous backhands. He beat Fan Zhendong at the German Open in 2018 last year. One of the very few Europeans to beat Fan Zhendong. In fact, it may actually be only Boll, should I say, only Franziska and Ovtcharov that have beaten Fan Zhendong in Europe. I can't think of anybody else that has. Franziska beat Fan Zhendong at the Australian Open earlier on in the year. Amazing competition for him. He's risen to 15 in the world. But it's the 12 in the world, Dimitrij Ovtcharov, that progresses. Perhaps he'll bring out different serve-receive combinations. He needs to keep unpredictable. He's not using the reverse serve like I thought he would be. He's got a very tight and spinny reverse serve. Perhaps he'll keep Ovtcharov out of the rally. Ovtcharov, however, is happy using the pendulum at the moment. Ovtcharov gets in first. FREITAS solid in the blocking department. Ovtcharov yet to get a score on the board. Better start from the Portuguese number one. Textbook counter topspin from Dima. FREITAS with the Chiquita flick covering the forehand side. Ovtcharov committing to the forehand. Well done, Dimitrij Ovtcharov. FREITAS also committed there, but Dima was there awaiting with the forehand to close over the ball. Timo Boll now beginning his warm-up. What a backhand flick that is. Mopping up any loose crumbs. Ovtcharov is on main course right now. FREITAS looking a little bit within himself. He's played in the Champions League a couple of times. FREITAS has won a lot of the league matches that they've played against each other. However, as Marcos FREITAS hits a filthy forehand past Dimitrij Ovtcharov, it's the German with the lead in this match. And head-to-head wise, in the big tournaments, Dimitrij Ovtcharov definitely has the better end of the winning record. Beautiful backhand, revving it up the back of the ball from FREITAS. Reaching the halfway point of this second game. Who's going to tip the balance in their favour? FREITAS will be in a spot of bother if he goes 2-0 down to Dima. He needs to find an answer to that questionable off-to-off forehand. FREITAS usually very solid and stable, but he's playing against a very, very robotic, consistent and powerful man in off-to-off. FREITAS knew then that he had the attacking opportunity but can't take his chance. Fans, ball boys, and everybody else watching on in awe as off-to-off plays that blissful backhand. The Germans extensive in the backhand training that they do. Look at that. Poetry in motion, a thing of beauty. A peach from Dimitrij off-to-off. As he says, Auf Wiedersehen to Marcus FREITAS. These two played back in 2015 at the Europe Top 16 final. Off-to-off won on that occasion 4-3. So it's always fairly tight, but Dima seems to have the edge. FREITAS, as you can see with the reverse pendulum, nowhere near as tight and low to the net as you would have hoped for. Off-to-off taking no prisoners with the receive. Not the first time of asking. There's just no words to describe that backhand. He looked stretched. Ever so slightly, but look at the angle that he makes. Off-to-off, mathematically calculating the angles without the need of a protractor. Just the power of the mind at the moment. Well, off-to-off's definitely on his A game. He, more than anyone else, understands what FREITAS is capable of, but he's just hacking into the system of Marcus FREITAS and is never going to give away the password. Look at these backhands. So consistent with them. I mean, it's all right if you've got a 1 in 10 shot that looks good, but at the end of the day, it's about percentages. Off-to-off at the moment, playing high-quality backhands consistently, making life Very difficult for Marcos Freitas. 4-2 to the German. Freitas now finds himself in a bit of a grave. Can he dig out of it? He begins with a lovely backhand on the parallel. Last minute change of wrist, sending Ovtcharov the wrong way. Ovtcharov planted like a tree. But the touch play of Ovtcharov seems to be a recipe for success. Freitas struggling to open up the rally on his own terms. It's the benefit of using touch play. And a long heavy for the next match. Freitas just not getting any sort of momentum. He's visibly frustrated. Not playing up to his best, but Ovtcharov has been constricting him into submission. Snake shot from both. Oh, but the one by Freitas doesn't land. Back-to-back snakes, nearly. Firepower from Freitas. The freight train showing us what he's capable of with the backhand. Turning, blocking, into looping. Ovtcharov hasn't had to face too many of those, really. He's probably glad that he hasn't had to, but he's made his own luck. He's been brave from the get-go, from the serve-receive, and it's made life a lot easier for him in the rally then. 8-4 to the big German. An absolute missile, and the ball goes to the moon. Off the edge of Freitas' racket. 9-4 to Dima. Whoa! They're the sort of shots that leave the crowd's mouth on the floor. Dismissing forehand counter from Freitas. But it's a shame that he's producing that sort of magic after Ovtcharov's already cast all of his spells. 9-6. Portugal yesterday in the semi-final, but Matthias Falk couldn't win his too. 9-7. The German timeout not paying off yet. Credit to Marcos Freitas for the forehand. What a change of direction that was. In the blink of an eye, Freitas going from the backhand to forehand, taking the ball early, using the speed that's already on the ball against Dimitrij Ovtcharov. Let's see if Dima now can convert his first point in 3. He certainly can. 2 match points to the German. Marcos Freitas hanging on to the edge of the cliff. Can Ovtcharov push him off the edge and give Germany a 1-0 lead in this fantastic men's team final here at the European Team Championships? Marcos Freitas serving to stay alive in this first game. But Ovtcharov finishes it off. Auf Wiedersehen, Marcos Freitas.